Persians, the all-star newscast team with Joe, Rob, Andrew, Eric, and Eric. Meet the Persians.
I'd like to personally welcome you all to the Ancient Persian special broadcast. Channel 11 has been receiving a lot of support lately, and it has allowed us to travel to modern-day Persia in order to report our findings to you viewers. Robbie is starting the special by reporting live on Persian geography. Here he is.
I'm reporting from modern-day Persia, which includes Iran and Afghanistan. This area was the center of an empire that stretched west to the central Mediterranean Sea and east to India, and from the Gulf of Oman into the southern Russia in the north. Persia's geography has lots of mountains that protect them from outside invaders, but also causes isolationism. Its mountains have helped to shape both the political and economic history of the country for several centuries. The mountains enclose several broad basins or plateaus on which major agricultural and urban settlements are located. Without its geography, Persia would have never become such a powerful civilization. There are no major river systems in the country, and historically, transportation was by means of caravans and the Great Royal Road that helped deliver messages to different parts of the empire. The mountains also gave them easy access to the Persian Gulf and Caspian Sea. Now to our news reporter, Joe Parisi.
I'm here to report about Persia's religion and culture. Zoroastrianism was named after the prophet and reformer Zoroaster. The Zoroastrians believed in a supreme god, Ahura Mazda. Which translates to wise lord, although later on he became known as Ahura-Mazda. People following the religion worshipped Ahura Mazda as the paramount god and described him alone as the creator. This is why Zoroastrianism is categorized as a monotheistic religion. The religion played no part in their government because of the cultural diffusion of people and their different beliefs. During the rule of Cyrus the Great, Persia was able to control more land because of their tolerance in different cultures. Once conquered, a land and all its people remained similar to what it was before Persian control. By acting more as successors to rulers they overthrew than victors, people were more susceptible to their reign. This is why the Persian government was never influenced by religion, and although there were many different religions practiced in Persia, Zoroastrianism remained their main religion. The concept of Satan and angels dates back to Zoroastrianism. It is still found in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Zoroastrians eventually declined after the Muslim conquest of Persia during 600 AD, but some Zoroastrians still remain. They continue to observe the religion's traditions in several countries, such as Iraq and Iran, where its followers are called Parsis. They also didn't believe in burying bodies in the ground. They considered the earth as holy and didn't want to pollute it with dead bodies, which were thought to be filled with evil spirits. So instead, they sometimes let dogs or birds eat at the dead flesh before throwing the remaining bones in a deep well or hole. Recently, excavations have taken place here in Persia, and we have found the skeletal remains of many Persians. Here's the site of where we found some of the remains. The Zoroastrians believed that at death, each individual's soul would be judged according to their words and deeds. If they failed the test, they would be placed into a hell or a limbo, but if they passed, they would attain salvation. Ancient Persians communicated through the Persian language known as Farsi and through various forms of writing. Today, it is estimated that there are more than 114 million Persian speakers. It is even an official language in Iran. All sacred texts of the Zoroastrian religion, the Gathas, were written in Avestan or Old Persian. Avestan was first written in alphabetical pictographic cuneiform inscriptions on stone tablets. It was eventually replaced by a form of Semitic language that scholars, like myself, call Imperial Aramaic. Archaeologists like me were able to translate the ancient Persian writings in the 19th century. Although nobody in ancient Persia wrote entire history books, government records gave valuable information on ancient Persia. Whoops, looks like we're running out of time. We'll be right back with Andrew reporting on politics in ancient Persia right after this commercial break.
Is your water always getting hot out in the desert heat? Do you ever think that there should be a way to both store your food and keep it cold? Yes! Yes!
I should cut.
Yes. Well, now's your chance to make that a reality. Introducing Yakshals, insulated storage spaces that magically keep your food and water cold. You can get your very own now for only 300 chickens.
This is paid and provided by Ancient Refrigerators, serving all of your ancient refrigerator needs since now. The content in this advertisement is actually true. Persians did develop early types of cooling systems during their rule.
The political history of Persia was a very interesting one. The Persians ruled from 525 BCE to 300 BCE. The Persian monarchy could be separated into three distinct dynasties: Cyrus the Great, Darius, and Xerxes. The first great dynasty was when Cyrus the Great was ruler. Cyrus the Great was a military leader, and one of his greatest accomplishments is when he conquered Babylon. Cyrus kept local laws and court systems of conquered lands. The Persians were also very accepting of conquered lands' religions. This acceptance led to the Persian Empire to last over 200 years because the daily lives of conquered peoples were barely altered by the ruler. The second dynasty was with King Darius. Darius spent most of his rule putting down revolts by conquered lands. Darius also incorporated the idea of satraps. Satraps acted like governors of city-states and settled disputes of their own lands. They were usually the king's family members or nobles. The third distinct dynasty was when Xerxes ruled. Xerxes set Egypt under Persian rule again, and also set up an invasion of Greece. He created a very strong military force for that invasion. Women in royal families influenced some of the king's decisions, which were very rare for that time period. The Persians ultimately were defeated by the Greeks, led by Alexander the Great.
Thanks. I'm Eric reporting about the economy of ancient Persia. Since Persia was near many bodies of water, they traded a lot over the seas. They mostly traded with Eastern Africans. The Persians traded cloth, incense, and spices in return for slaves, gold, ivory, iron, rhinoceros horns, and animal skins. Artisans, merchants, and farmers made up the majority of the economy. Without the farmers, there'd be no food for the king and his armies. The merchants and artisans would trade and sell items that would strengthen their economy. They relied on Babylonia for food 4 out of 12 months of the year. Without them, or their food, the Persian army and nobles would go hungry. Trade and commerce was a big part of the Persian Empire because they needed resources to keep its huge empire together.
Are you tired of walking down the long royal road? Well, stop into Cheap Chariots today and lease yourself a brand new 1500 BCE iron chariot for only 1 camel a month. We're practically giving these chariots away. We'll help you get down the royal road faster, protect you from arrows, and even let you bring a passenger along. Stop by Cheap Chariots today.
Persian Empire is known for having art and architecture that perfectly mirrors the civilization itself. Their impressive and powerful architecture was infamous for blending the styles of many different architects from many different nations. One of their greatest works of architecture was the Palace of Darius the Great at Susa. This palace featured precious stones and metals from all corners of the known world, such as gold, silver, ebony, lapis lazuli, turquoise, ivory, and carnelian. Many designs featured animals such as lions and sphinxes. Many imperial buildings were also made of using intricate stonework with walls made of mud bricks. The column was also often used in their designs. They invented an irrigation system called kanat, which consisted of deep, elaborate tunnels that extracted groundwater. Another innovation of the Persians was the very first stadium. Most of the art made by the Persians was functional, and it was incorporated into things needed for everyday life. They made utensils, bowls, and drinking cups called rhytons using their art. Other than that, much of their art consisted of woodwork and stonework. The Persians adopted a solar calendar which had 12 months of 30 days and 5 days at the end of each year. From the art and architecture of Persia, we learn that they were a very practical civilization. They used their art and architecture to showcase their power and wealth.
Thanks for watching our special broadcast on Channel 11 News. We hope to see you next time.
We should have job.
Here we go.
Alright, 3, 2,
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright.
So we're already
3,
recording.
okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Where its followers are called Pharisees. Here's the site of one of the skeletal remains that we just dug up. As you can see,
There are no major. Look.
Introducing
Sick drill.
The Persians ruled from 525 BCE to 300 BCE. The Persian monarchy could be separated into 3 distinct dynasties: Cyrus the Great, Darius, and Xerxes. The first great dynasty was when Cyrus the Great was ruler. Cyrus the Great was a great. The political history of Persia was.
I sure could.
wait, stop. Okay, stop. Just stop. Okay. Go.
Luther knocked him out for me.
No, just dunk it. It's 10 times easier. My phone's about to die.
Alright, come on.
That project was a slam dunk.
As you can see, all the flesh is taken off the bone. 3, 2, 1. All sacred texts of the Zoroastrian religion, the Gathas, were written in Avestan, or Old Persian. Avestan was first written in alphabetical.
The Persian Empire is known for having art and architecture that mirrors the civilization. Okay.